Almighty and ever living God, we ask your blessings. We ask your graces to enlighten our minds and intellect. We will learn all the lessons very well. We ask these graces to you, O Lord. Amen. A very good afternoon to all of you.
Good afternoon,
Good
sir.
afternoon, sir.
How are you? All are keeping fine? Are you keeping fine?
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay. Today, pillow. Just a minute. I want to make some arrangements. Oh, sorry. Okay. Okay. So, yesterday, we had completed Albert Einstein. Today, we are going to have a poem that is The Voice of Rain, page number, it is 41, page number 41, Voice of Rain. It is written by an American poet, Walt Whitman. Walt Whitman. He is a humorous poet. At the same time, he is a bridge between realism and what I would say a philosophy. He connects realistic thoughts to philosophical thoughts. He is a modern poet. He was a modern poet. He was in the 20th century. So in this poem, The Voice of Rain, he brings a simple theme. Great poets are like that. They don't want much lengthy theme. They don't want much deeper theme. They may have a scene, a glimpse from their imagination approaches. And it comes to the field of language. Here he was sitting, maybe on his veranda, and there was rain. And he saw the rain. Now it is a rainy season now. He saw the rain. Seeing the rain, his thoughts were flying into imagination. Those who are writing poems, those who write poems, you can think how a natural event can be given a philosophical thought. It may have its biological point. From there, you can bring a great theme behind, for which it is an example. Simple themes. Don't go for those who are writing this kind of artistic talents. Don't go for very serious thematic points. Take simple things that will help you to develop your vocabulary, that will help you to develop your language, that will help you to develop your poetic style, that will help you to develop your writing style. Let there be mistakes. Try to discover new lands in the field of stories, in the field of poems, in the field of other kind of writings. Okay, now here, Walt Whitman speaks about the origin of or the purpose of rain. Very simple poem. I will read it. And who art thou? Who art you? Who are you? Art thou? It is an old usage. It is an old usage. Art. It is not our art. It is our. Thou means you. Who are you? Said I, asked I to the soft falling shower. I asked the rain, who are you? Where are you coming from? And who art thou? Said I to the soft falling shower. Which strange to tell, which strange to tell. He knows rain cannot speak. The poet knows the rain cannot speak. Still, he asks a question. Who are you? Which the rain, strange to tell, but gave me an answer, as here translated. Sorry. You see, the theme of the poem is a simple question. The poet asked the rain, who are you? And the next second, the rain became so talkative, and she means rain, began to speak about herself to the poet. And whatever the poet had spoken, the poet has written here, translated, because the language of the rain is not easy to understand for you. So the poet translate the language of rain to us. What is that? I am the poem of the earth. The rain describes or defines itself as the poem of the earth, said the voice of rain. Said the voice of rain. Eternal I am eternal. I am eternal. I have no end. I have no end. You say rain is over, but here rain says, I have no end. I am eternal. I am living continuously without any end. I am eternal. Rise impalpable. Rise, come up, impalpable out of the land and the bottomless sea. Where from does he come? She comes from the bottomless sea, the deep sea. The bottom of the sea, you cannot see directly. Bottomless sea. It comes from the bottom of the sea. It comes from the land. But it is impalpable. It is unseen. Impalpable. That cannot be seen, unseen. My origin, rain says, I am eternal. I am living 24 into 365. I have no end. I begin from the bottom of the sea. From there I reach the land. Then what happens? Upward to heaven. From the land I go up to the sky. Heaven here means sky. So beginning from the bottom of the sea, coming to the land, from there it goes up to the sky. When vaguely formed, whence vaguely formed, when after reaching the sky, I will make another form. I will change into another form. That is not very clear. That is not very clear. Why? When it goes up from the soil, When it goes up from the land, it is unseen, impalpable. When it reaches up, it creates, it forms a new form. It takes a new form that is not clear, an unclear form, vaguely formed, altogether changed, totally changed, and yet the same. You see, this is the life cycle of rain. That one line, that two lines, life cycle of rain. I come from the bottom of the sea, reaches the land, goes to the sky, there I change my form, then comes down in my old form. What was his old form? What was the real form of rain?
The water or the liquid form.
Water, because it comes from the ocean. Rain comes from the bottom of the sea. Its real form is water. When it reaches the earth, it becomes vapor. It becomes vapor. The vapor or steam goes up where it reaches clouds. First, in the beginning, it will have a vague form of clouds. Later, it will become a huge cloud. There it falls into the form of water. You see, that is a symbol. You see how the poet has explained that. This is the one you have to notice it. Upward to heaven, whence vaguely formed, altogether changed. I change altogether, because in the beginning I was water. Now I have become smoke like a fog, clouds, altogether changed. And what? Yet I am the same. I am water itself. I descend to lave the droughts. To lave means to make wet. To lave, to make wet. When I reach there and form a large cloud, I come down again to earth in order to wet the drought land. Dry land, I want to wet it. To lave the droughts, atomies, small particles on the earth, dust layers of the globe. That means I want to make wet the globe. I move from the bottom of the globe, I reach the sky. From there I take my own real form. Again I come to the ground to make it wet. So what is my purpose of life? What is the purpose of life of rain?
Make the land wet.
To wet the land. To make the drought land very rich one. In order to make the dry land wet, the water under the sea takes that much pain to become steam. It goes up. From there it comes down in order to wet the land. You see purpose? It is not written there, but we have to find out. The original form of rain is water. The water is transformed into steam, into clouds. Then it again becomes water. Its purpose is to make the land wet. See, I descend to lave the droughts, atomies, dust layers of the globe, and all that in them without me were seeds only. And the rain is proud of his work. The rain is challenging the earth. If I don't make the land wet, what will happen? your seeds will be seeds only under the soil. The seeds will not germinate. The seeds will not germinate. Sorry. In order to germinate, the seeds need water. Without me, your seeds will be under the soil. You see? And all that in them, all that in the soil, in the means in the soil, in the globe, everything under the soil, without me will be seeds only. That where you can understand like will be. Everything within me, within the soil, everything within the globe, everything under the soil will be as it is without my touch. Without my touch. If I do not wet the land, your seeds will be permanently under the soil. So my presence is needed to grow. And all that in them without me were seeds only, latent and unborn. Latent here means concealed, covered, latent, concealed, concealed, concealed. Without me, your seeds will be covered by the soil and it will be unborn. Here unborn means it will not germinate, biology. It will not germinate. It will not grow. It will not grow. You see how the poet is using terms, vocabulary in order to convey the meaning. So, and forever, by day and night, forever, continuously, day and night, I give back life to my own origin. Continuously, I am moving in this cycle. You see, forever, forever is equal to day and night, 24 into 365. 24 into 7, 30 into 365, sorry, 30 into 365, 24 into 7, continuously, without break, eternally, without any stop, forever, day and night, year after year, weeks after weeks, I give back life to my own origin. How the rain is giving back life to its own origin? How?
When it falls down like rain after some days,
It
will go
becomes
back.
again water.
Water.
So the origin, the real form of rain is water. In order to make the land wet, it is doing a great sacrifice. It is doing a great sacrifice. It sacrifices its own form. Metaphorically, you have to see. It is metaphysics. It is philosophy. See, poet says the real form of rain is water. Its origin is in the sea. Its origin is in the ocean. So rain is equal to water. But in the heart of the rain, when we speak in an imaginative way, when the rain thinks in its own, or at the bottom of its heart, it wants to serve the land. It wants to serve the land. In order to serve the land, the rain wants to come out of the ocean. Since it is water, it cannot come out of the water. You just understand me. So the rain, ocean water will be inside the ocean only. It cannot come out of the ocean. So it takes another form. It comes at the top of the ocean. It burns itself. The water burns itself. It sacrifices itself. And it becomes steam. It removes its own form and it becomes steam, vapor, and it goes up. And after reaching the sky, it again changes into form. You have studied, biology students have studied, or all of you have studied in 10th or 9th, the life cycle of butterfly. I have studied in class 10 in 1972. I still remember. Egg, larva, pupa, and adult. Am I right? In this way, egg is there in the ocean. It comes out of a steam. That is the larva. Larva moves to the leaves to eat. This larva steam moves to the sky. There it enters the pupa stage. It becomes a cloud. You see how biology is attributed to this poem? The biology students, clear picture. Egg is in the water. The water becomes larva. That is steam. The steam goes up and it enters the pupa. That is a cloud. From the clouds, the beautiful rain flows. The other butterfly comes out. The beautiful in order to become the beautiful rain and wet the earth, the water had undergone these many changes. And again it falls into ocean. Again it becomes steam. It becomes cloud. It becomes rain. Again water. Again steam. Again cloud. Again water. Again rain. Again water, steam, cloud, rain, water, steam, cloud, rain. You see, eternally I am moving. This is what is called the eternity of rain. That is why the poets, the I give back to life. I am coming again. I am going up. From there, I am coming down to the ocean. For what purpose? beautiful. For song issuing from see, this is the purpose of the rain. It wants to beautify the earth. And it's a theme, the metaphysical or philosophical thought is written there in the last two lines. For song issuing from its birthplace after fulfillment, wandering, wrecked or unwrecked. Wrecked or unwrecked means noticed or unnoticed. Wrecked or unwrecked, noticed or unnoticed. Whether you look at me, whether you understand my sacrifice, whether you love me or not, I will do my work. That's the meaning. Rain says, whether the humans look at me and understand my pain, I don't mind. Whether you understand me or not, whether you love me or not, whether you notice me or not, I don't mind. I will continue my duty towards you. I will continue my duty towards the earth eternally. You see, for song issuing from its birthplace, ocean, after fulfillment, after becoming the rain, when wandering here and there, where is it wandering? In the atmosphere, in the sky, it was wandering in order to become a rain. It wants to shower its own existence. Some other terminology. The ocean wants to become a shower on the earth. I end the poem. So duly with the love returns. It is because of its love towards the earth. It is love towards the earth. It is showering its water onto the earth. It takes this transformation. You see, you look at your shower in the bathroom. The water comes from bottom and it comes and makes a shower. It makes you fresh. It makes you happy. In this way, the ocean water is coming from up. It wants to nourish the earth. The ultimate fulfillment, ultimate desire, ultimate purpose of water in the ocean is to nourish the land, enrich the land, for which it wants to become a shower. In literature, we say rain as a shower. Am I right? We had a good shower today. So the water, sea water becomes a shower. The shower falls on the earth. It becomes wet. It becomes green. It becomes flowering. So that is a purpose for which the ocean water is wandering here and there. In this way, you are becoming a shower to others. Your parents are becoming a shower to you. Your teachers are becoming a shower to you. They are taking the knowledge from somewhere and they take the pain and strain and it is showering to you. Showering to you. So a teacher can be compared to a rain. Your parents can be compared to a rain. You see, how can it, in this way, the one who wants to write a poem, in this way it can be transformed. You see, very beautiful poem. From this, you can convert into different ways. The purpose you have to find out. The purpose of the rain is to shower on earth, to make the earth green, to grant the flowers to the flowers and fruits to the earth, to germinate the seeds. After its fulfillment, it goes to water again. It goes to ocean again. After reaching ocean, it comes again upwards. So it is the life cycle of rain is ocean, steam, clouds, rain. Again ocean, steam, clouds, rain, again ocean water, it comes. So this is the poem about voice of the rain, which rain told Walt Whitman, what is your name? So it is a very good poem. You can read it and you can enjoy the poem. Question is there. Write an appreciation to the poem Voice of the Rain. Paragraph question. Write an appreciation. Write an appreciation to the poem Voice of Rain. Okay. Tomorrow we will begin with a new lesson that is in 43 page, the ailing planet. The ailing planet. We will see the new lesson. Okay. Thank you very much. I end up.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Welcome.